You are welcome to Cracked Info, your number one hunt on economics, geopolitical issues, and tech latest happenings around the globe. Do like, share, and subscribe as a means of supporting what we do. In today's report, we bring you the latest updates as the Brics 2023 summit hits up higher. It is not new that there is a major event on the way in less than 2 months, and that is none other than the Brics Summit of 2023. Many persons who have been on the follow-up on the global shift towards a multipolar world know that this is going to be a turning point because regardless of whose side you are on, this cannot be ignored, especially considering the number of countries that are continuing giving in their votes and application to be part of the Brics bloc. The upcoming Brics Summit slated for August 22nd to 24th, 2023. South Africa says it's going to be its host in the city of Johannesburg, as previously planned and announced. There were rumors it may be moved to China, and it may still decide to change the venue depending on how things unfold in the next couple of days or weeks ahead. It may interest you to note that South Africa has signed the International Criminal Court Agreement, and so it does have to act on it, but if it chooses to act otherwise, then it will face sanctions. This means it will be easy to see who is in attendance and how South Africa maneuvers the situation. The situation seems to put South Africa at a tight corner, but as the days draw near, questions remain as to whether Putin will back out from attending as a means to free South Africa, or if the Brics Summit might be moved to another Brics nation as host that has no legal agreement that warrants their arrest of Putin. But what's next for Brics? Are they going to bring out the new currency? And what is their agenda as they prepare for this summit? The Brics Summit that's going to take place this August is expected to be a milestone for the Brics bloc. The ongoing preparations towards the 15th edition of the Brics Summit is expected to have as agenda the creation of a new joint Brics currency, which will be made from precious metals like gold and other valuable metals and assets. They will equally discuss the bloc's future engagements with the new development banks. There will be talks on the dialogue with its potential new members. We know the list of countries showing interests and sending in their applications to be part of the Brics keeps increasing and gaining momentum by the days. As major goal behind this Brics Summit is the idea of supporting the development of African countries and also the economies of the global south as they are so called, which is expected to be done through the new development bank, which is the Brics Bank. This will effectively make loans available for these countries for a variety of infrastructural developmental projects. This goal can be further seen in their Brics 2023 theme, which is Brics and Africa, Partnership for Mutually Accelerated Growth, Sustainable Development, and Inclusive Multilateralism. One can see clearly what's becoming increasingly popular in this summit is that African countries and other countries that are either already members or those that are giving interests to joining the Brics, which are almost 20 in total, are all pushing for a greater voice in the financial system that is originally developed by the West, especially in the IMF and the World Bank. During the latest meeting in Paris, President Ramaphosa had this to say, and I quote, "Recently, 7 African countries decided to go and put a call for peace to Ukraine and Russia, and we raised a number of issues. Zambia was represented, Comoros, Republic of Congo, Senegal, Uganda, Egypt, and South Africa. We were all represented. We were all at one that even if we were going to address an issue of the war, which has had a negative impact on the African continent, which is rise in prices for food, rise in prices of fertilizers. We were clear that we are not going there to beggars. We are not going to ask for a favor from both Ukraine and Russia. We were going to say, open up the Black Sea Channel so that the sea and the grains and fertilizers should go into the world market, even as we are in great need as a continent, and all that should go to demonstrate that Africa should never be seen as a continent that needs generosity. We want to be treated as equals. Even in multilateral institutions, we want to be treated as equals. And if our equity is at the low level, there must be ways by which that can be addressed. To us, this is very important. Our sovereignty is one of the things that we hold on dearly to. And we demonstrated that very clearly to both Presidents Zelensky and Putin when it came to this issue. Other African countries represented by their presidents like Kenya have been saying similar words to the West, declaring their stance for equity and freedom from taxation, which have over the decades continually kept Africa under the blanket to the gains of the West. These are just some of the rising concerns of the upcoming Brics, and it is no surprise why many countries are increasingly seeking to join the Brics and have their voices heard, which can finally give them the opportunity to emerge as stronger economies in their bid of rebalancing power around the globe. The African nations agree with the BRICS agenda that aims at seeking for a new financial architecture where governance, power is not in the hands of a few people but one with the existence of equity shared by all nations that do pay taxes. This means they seek to deny the IMF and World Bank control over African nations by the West. The BRICS summit comes as countries across the world are confronting a changing geopolitical landscape that is challenging the traditional dominance of the West. And while the BRICS countries have been seeking to reduce their reliance on the dollar for over a decade, Western sanctions on Russia after its invasion of Ukraine have accelerated the process. Meanwhile, rising interest rates and the recent debt ceiling crisis in the U.S. have raised concerns among other countries about their dollar-denominated debt and the demise of the dollar should the world's leading economy ever default. That all said, a new BRICS currency faces major hurdles before becoming a reality. But what currency discussions do show is that the BRICS countries are seeking to discover and develop new ideas about how to shake up international affairs and effectively coordinate policies around these ideas. The BRICS countries have been pursuing a wide range of initiatives to decrease their dependence on the dollar. Over the past year, Russia, China, and Brazil have turned to greater use of non-dollar currencies in their cross-border transactions. Iraq, Saudi Arabia, and the United Arab Emirates are actively exploring dollar alternatives, and central banks have sought to shift more of their currency reserves away from the dollar and into gold. It's safe to say every member of the BRICS bloc is a supporter of dollarization, and it is certain that will remain their top priority as it directly benefits their economies and makes their national currencies stronger. More on these will be yours in the days ahead. This is where we wrap things for today. Hope you enjoyed your time with us. Do like, subscribe, and click on the notification button for more on economics, geopolitics, and tech news happening around the globe. Bye for the time being, and see you in our next coming video.